We have arrived at the popular Korea International Circuit in Yeongnam, South Korea for the running of the Korean Grand Prix, the first time the top class will race here since 2013 as a result of the Singapore Grand Prix being cancelled due to issues with the Marina Bay Street Circuit. And unlike in real life this past weekend, there will be a race here at South Korea. Coming into this week, apart from the return of Yeongnam being in the news, one team has also made the headlines. The team we are referring to is AlphaTauri, as they have announced after so much speculation that current Haas driver Chris Chatfield will be joining the team in 2020. Chris has had an amazing rookie season despite this year's Haas not being as good compared to last year. He currently lies 13th in the Drivers' Championship, 1 point ahead of fellow Brit George Roque, and his current team Haas lie 9th in the Constructors, 20 points clear of 10th place Williams. Chris in recent races has been on a run of good form, which has seen him score points in the last 4 races. Those 4 races of course being Germany, Hungary, Belgium and Italy, with him looking to make it a 5th consecutive point scoring finish here at Korea. Chris will be so happy to know that he will join AlphaTauri next season, and he'll be looking to have another great season with a proven midfield team. He'll replace Matteo Catalan at the team as a result of the Italian failing to put his name down in the sign-ups. His announcement that he will move to AlphaTauri next season means that there will be at least 1 seat available at Haas next season, with the possibility that both seats could end up being up for grabs, given that Jared Fosbury, who at one point looked likely to be retained, is now under threat given the run of poor form he has had in recent races. If the team doesn't end up retaining Jared Fosbury, then Haas have a wide range of contenders who could drive for the team next season, which consists of current GP2 Championship leader Dudu Kirby, current GP2 Championship contender and current Red Bull test driver Rahul Patel if he misses out on an AlphaTauri seat, current DTM Championship contender Daniel Fraser if he misses out on his number 1 choice which is Williams, current GP2 driver Max Gillen and current Formula E Championship leader Jose Federate Suto. It will be interesting to see who Haas ends up going with as their lineup for 2020. The other question that will also be looming is who will be Chris Chatfield's teammate at AlphaTauri next season. David Kupok does have a chance of being retained by the team for next season. However, if he doesn't get retained, then there is a chance that either current Red Bull test driver Rahul Patel, the team's current test driver Ruslan Proxiuk, or DTM Championship contender Roberto Gamba could stake their claim at that second AlphaTauri seat. As we have alluded to a few times during this series, if either David Kupok or Roberto Gamba or even both miss out on an AlphaTauri seat next season, then there is a chance that the pair could battle it out to be at Ferrari next season alongside Laura Chung. Bartosz Klos and Robert Ionescu are also contenders for the second Ferrari seat. However, unless their results start improving in DTM, it looks highly likely that the second Ferrari seat will either go to David or Roberto, given that we know that Chris Chatfield is going to be at one of the AlphaTauri seats. It will be fascinating to see what will happen with these two teams over the coming weeks. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4 OC News. The next team news will break at the Russian Grand Prix next week. Who will be announced next? Tune in to Tuesday's practice session next week at Sochi.
Well, that news video provided us more entertainment than we got in about 6 hours of the Belgian Grand Prix, and with this, we have it for free. So welcome everyone to the return of the Korean Grand Prix here for round 15 of the 2019 season. Of course, the team news being Chris Chatfield being signed by AlphaTauri, so congratulations to Chris, and hello everybody in chat. It is, of course, George that's commentating at the moment, the OC, alongside with me today, the GP2 commentator, Robert Ionescu. How are you doing, Rob?
Hello there, George. Currently, I am a little bit sick, but my condition improved just about enough for me to be able to commentate with you today. So I'm glad to see you.
Yes, excellent. Right. So hello everybody, and also in chat. So hope you're all doing good. So we'll get on with practice 4 Korea, and yeah, then of course that'll be 25 minutes. And then after that, and in the background, we've got Yuri's favourite racetrack in the background. Yeah.
Wait, that's not Sochi.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But this is the second favourite. But anyway,
we're about to get the session underway.
And also noted as well, we have two test drivers, Rahul Patel in, and of course Dennis Graff in for Williams and Red Bull, respectively. So 25 minutes have now started, and the session will be underway. Very much looking forward to getting back at this track. Definitely had some entertaining races over the years. It was in, I think, was it, just remind me, bro, because you'll have a better memory than me. Was it 2010 or 2011 where Southgate won late on? 2010, it was 2010, yeah. 2010, where we had Southgate winning in, of course.
I also had a memory of myself in 2012 when I was in the Sauber. I fought tooth and nail with my teammate Dan Ricky Fakruzane to try to hold on to P4 in the dying stages of the race. And by a whisker, I managed to hold on to P4, which was my best result that season. So definitely I got some good memories here from Korea. Although we also had 2013 and a little bit close race with which was decided by one half a tenth of a second between Florian Volker and Will Neller.
Yeah, so very close. I'm trying to remember off memory from mine if I had any.
Yeah, I remember the 2013 race. I went into the race as the championship leader, and then I got involved in a collision, which meant I lost the championship lead. But yeah, it was a very all races here were pretty entertaining, I'd say, and let's hope the 2019 one can be as well.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, all races here have been very entertaining, so I'm hoping it does stay like that. So, of course, with Chatfield now being announced, we've now got half the field that have been announced. So it's going to be obviously only one driver this one. We've got, I think it's 7 races left to go, and we have still plenty of time for grabs. Of course, no GP2 this week. That is going on next week at Istanbul, returning to, of course, Istanbul. I don't know actually if we have DTM this week or not. Flo, if you're in the chat, if you could confirm that, please. That would be great.
Started his lap, meanwhile, so has Ka. And while they're on a lap, let's talk a little bit about the track, of course, because we got 18 corners, and this track has a little bit of everything. In Sector 1, you got hairpins and you got the long straights. This one, longest of the track. It's a very, very big acceleration zone. You can hit some good top speeds there as Armarka brakes for this hairpin. In the middle sector, which will come up next, there are so many fast corners, it's insane. In the last sector, there's a good chunk of medium speed corners. So as I said earlier, this track has a bit of everything.
It does, yeah. I mean, main overtaking spots on this track, obviously turn 1 being one of them, and of course turn 3 being the main one. I think they're pretty much the main ones. I don't think there's not really much other opportunities to overtake on this circuit. Unless obviously, of course, you make a mistake. And of course, as Franco Gamba actually noted to me earlier, half the drivers actually in this field have not raced at the circuit before. So the drivers that have raced before here are obviously Carr, Joseph Willows, Gamba, Gal, McKenzie, Byrne, Wojciech, Roke, De Rossa, and Sontag. They are the drivers that have, and obviously the other half of the field have not. So that's quite an interesting stat. So Lopez, Chung, Tomaselli, Kupok, Catalan, Gomez, Federi, Fosbury, Chatfield, Campana, Titkoff, and Martez, all drivers have not yet, of course, raced here. So that is interesting. There's Evan Byrne getting a little bit out of shape there and going off.
Yeah, very wide.
And managing to keep it on the road. That was they got a little slide on, then went on to the curb. Didn't quite get his fade on there. But
his line was absolutely compromised.
He's also held up the 36-year-old rookie Federi behind him.
Carl obviously passing the early quickest lap of 134.9. Quick effort.
Lopez though goes 0.3 quicker, and Willows goes 1/10 quicker than him, 134.4. And this was Gabriel Gomez on board with him. I was looking at his point of view, coming towards the end of the lap, and he actually made a mistake as well, so that's going to compromise his lap and also compromise Gal's lap behind too. So a lot of mistakes already being made on the first lap. So obviously drivers trying to get used to this track once again after a few seasons away. And
last time we had Joseph Willows and Nicholas got a race here. They were still with their current teams, so I guess it's a good comeback to come with their teams back to Korea.
And as Joe has put in the chat, actually, the previous 4 winners here, Southgate 2011, Volker 2011 and 12, and Nella, all don't race now in the top tier anymore. So so we will get a new winner at this circuit. That is for sure. That is
yeah, it
the
was
one thing
Neller
we
who
know
won
for
in
certain.
2013, not Volker. My mistake.
Yeah. So almost everyone has now set a lap time. Joseph Willers at the moment top. Rahul Patel, who does put in good performances in practice, has been. I know in one of them, I can't remember which one it was. I know he was top in it. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's certainly quite quick in practice, and in GP2, definitely has been unlucky. Managed to get last 2 races to get points finishes. Of course, in Spa was. You could say it was lucky. It was top class, just top class lucky, I guess. But they managed to get 6th at Spa despite being the slowest car on track. I mean, that's quite an achievement.
Yeah, I could say that.
Oh, and Flo has confirmed actually in the chat that there is no DTM this weekend, so no DTM this week. So be a quiet week this week, which I guess. So that is understandable. I guess.
Vasili's
I think.
gonna be second. Meanwhile, that was a good effort.
Very good effort. And I just realised actually how quick Willow's last lap was, a 1:33.6, and Chung now at second, still half a second away as well. Improvements coming all the time. And at the moment, Chris Chatfield, the announced driver for Avatar at the moment in last, but I'm sure he
We haven't raced here for
improve.
6 seasons, so the track got pretty green, but now it's starting to rubber in, and you can see those big improvements.
But yes, so looking onboard Armour car at the moment is being held up. David Kupok is having a go at the Haas here and manages to pass him.
Yeah, nicely done.
So both Red Bulls are actually being held up by an Alfa Romeo there, Armour cars, and this is obviously the one being held up by the Manor. So yeah, so after that, it should be thing. So in the chat, I just want to wonder, seeing as obviously practice can get a little bit boring sometimes, what you think of all the rumours going around in the F1 paddock are. And I'm sure if you're on Twitter, you'll probably know what those rumours are for the Williams seat, the Alfa Romeo seat, and of course the Mercedes seat. So I wonder in the chat what you think of them and who's going to go where. Well, you know.
Stay on topic.
Well, I just thought I'd get a little bit more conversation on this. I've heard things about that different universe that interest me. But anywho, the Red Bulls once again trying to get past the Alfa Romeo and failing.
Box got an improvement up into 8th, and Dennis Graff has gone all the way up into 10th for the Williams. Great effort there. Meanwhile, Gomez is being sandwiched by the 2 Red Bulls. Are they going to make their way
Almost
past
3 wide
him?
there. Bit of contact there, and the Red Bull of Gal almost spins it, half spins it.
He was able to save it though, as Chatfield were happy to 31st. Let's look at this again. And Gal really ran out of room. He just ran to the back of him, and good job by him to save it. The experience clearly being proven there. But yeah, I think Gal will want to get some clean air for himself.
Gomez, fortunately, is actually pitting this lap, so he'll be. Rebels won't have to worry about him anymore. He won't have to worry about them. At the moment, it's just Lopez who's in the pits at the moment. So he's the only one that is not out on track. Omar Carr at the moment on an improvement, and he's been held up for a bit. So hopefully, he can. Well, let's see where he goes. He goes across the line, goes third, gets in front of.
Half that's there, but I think he can still get some more time. Considering just how far the Ferraris are in front, this track should help Mercedes with all the downforce sections. They should have the edge of Ferrari there, but of course, Sector 1 will be Ferrari will shine the most with that engine.
But yeah, so looking in the chat, yes, Franco, I agree with what you said. I think that's probably how it's going to go, and I don't think with all the rumours going around that it's going to go otherwise, but we'll see. De Rossa moves up to 7th in the McLaren. Federi improves goes to 13th. And looking through the rest of the order, Chatfield at the moment still last. Fosbury narrowly improving. Also noted, actually, Titkoff at the moment is in 11th place.
That's very, very quick.
Yeah, good performance by him so far, beating the likes of beating a Racing Point in Roke in 12th.
He's
So
beating a lot of people.
Half field, as a matter of fact. So looking at Dennis Graff in the Williams at the moment, coming in towards turn 3, and he comes a little bit onto past the support pits.
Graf's doing an incredible job so far today. They've placed that Williams. Brilliant effort so far, but it's still practice. Just because you're quick in practice doesn't mean anything. You could still be last in qualifying. So you need to gather the data and put that data to good use when we get to quali. You don't have to go for glory runs now or anything. As Ka has improved by 1,000 of a second there. So that was very close.
Right at the end there from Car, we're looking at Tomaselli coming towards the line, and it doesn't look like he's going to be on an improvement unless he does what Car does and improve by 1,000. And nope, he's way off. 1.1 seconds. He will pit this lap. So Carson at the moment, Rokes in, Kupok, Lopez, Chung, Gomez, and Evan Byrne, and obviously will be the next one. As well, at the moment, we've got 15 minutes left of practice until then we move into qualifying. At the moment, Car still obviously improving. He's at the moment he's up. Let's see if he can keep this up for the rest of the lap. And he comes around, and no, he's actually a little bit down, 10th, but I reckon he could still get it in the last sector because it's probably quite close.
It'll be interesting to see, but it's a little doubtful in my eyes. We'll just have to wait.
Yeah, I suppose in the last lap he improved by 1,000, so he did something in the last sector. Meanwhile, this is Catalan trying to pass the Haas here into the first corner. Nearly a bit of contact. Very close, but fortunately they get away with it. And Arnieri was about to have a heart attack then, if that happened. But as we look at him, look at Car now coming through the final corner and seems to still be on improvement as he comes towards the line. Will he improve? The answer is he does improve slightly again. So consistent lap times from Car at the moment.
Yeah, makes me think he's clearly not going for push laps at the moment. He's just, I wouldn't say he's doing a race run, but he's definitely being judicious about it. He's not, I think he's got a lot more pace in the bag if he wants to start pushing, is what I'm saying.
Speaking of pushing, the two Ferraris at the moment, Joseph was overtaking Laura Chung. He'll be pitting this lap, so I suppose it'll be affecting Chung on this one, but as we look at Car coming through again, seemingly on another improvement as he heads towards the second sector, and as he comes through, and yep, he's up by 60 thousandths in this one, so it could be yet another improvement for Car coming right up if he can keep it up into the last sector of the lap. So as we look at him coming through, the double left-hander here. And looking now at Lean Campana coming through, he was slow on that lap, about 3 seconds off, so don't know what happened to him there. But as we look at Campana coming down the back straight, heading towards turn 3, and into the hairpin he goes. So as he heads towards the end of the support pitch, the second straight, under the alliance board, and brakes. So what is his time going to be? Yeah, Car's improved by about 75 thousandths. So again, just bit by bit. So it's good, consistent running from Cars. As you said, there's probably more that is going to come from him. But
obviously these tires aren't going to wear much, so got good to keep the wear to a minimum. He's hard and could be good omen for him in the race.
Meanwhile, we're looking at Gal, who's stuck here behind the Racing Point, coming towards.
Longer, though, he's going to go for the pass. It's turn 1.
And does he make it stick? The answer is no, I don't think so. No, he doesn't quite do it. That's his lap.
Up to 11th, meanwhile.
It's his lap effectively ruined. Car coming through again. This time he is actually down, and it was Roller Moisten actually that Gal was stuck behind him. Will
But
still
look
be
at the
stuck
mirror,
behind.
Gal's going for the move now, and this
Oh.
time he's got him.
Yeah, good spot there. So Gal now does go through, so that ends that.
So when I told you wouldn't have to wait for much longer, well, that was true in the end.
Yeah, it was
Only
true.
waited
Yeah,
one more corner.
that was true indeed. So once again, looking at Lincoln Partner heading down the back straight. So it's quite a long first sector as well, actually. Of course, nearly 50 seconds. So it's not
Yeah,
normally
indeed.
not normally as long, but it is. So going through the order, looking through at the moment, Willers in first, Chung second, Carr third, Tom 34th, Patel fifth, Lopez sixth, De Rossa seventh, Cupok eighth, Gal ninth, and Graf in 10th. That is the top 10, and meanwhile Carr is now going to be pitting after his stint. Meanwhile Moichin goes wide.
Wide there.
He was down anyway, so had pretty much no impact on his lap. He wasn't going to improve it anyway.
Yeah, but still, it's more of an drivability issue. This track can be notoriously tough on the tires. And also, you need to have a good rhythm, good form. And if you lose it in one corner, it's going to ruin you for the rest of the sector.
Yes, that is indeed true. So as you look at him coming around the final corner, obviously no improvement.
De Rossa's got an improvement though, he's up into 7th.
It's good from De Rossa, good improvement there. Carr, as I said, will be pitting this lap. Meanwhile, Lopez going past the McLaren, heading up towards turn 1. So he did make it stick. So my screen jumped a little bit there, so I wasn't sure what was going on. But as we come back, so Carr heading towards pits, as we said, who coming up to the end of the second sector.
And don't forget, guys, today is the last day of GP2 sign up. So if you haven't signed up and if you want seated GP2, today's your last chance.
Yep, make sure you do that. If you want to at least have a chance, then do so. As I said, don't please, for all of our sakes, don't ask us where's the GP2 sign-ups after it is closed, because don't say we haven't warned you plenty of times and given you plenty of notice. But so please don't come at us if you forget to sign up.
Anyway, the Ross appears to be improved again. He was 100 up in the middle sector.
He's coming towards the end of the lap here, and now heading through
the a little bit. That might hurt his lap a little, and we'll see as he's gonna come across the line. The Rossa.
And does he improve? Yep, you're right. It did affect him. He does improve. Oh, and improvement there by Gal, who's gone up to third.
Good
So finally managed to get a good lap in, not affected by traffic. So good news for him. Lopez improves as well in 5th. Cupok stuck behind the Alfa Romeo here, and on the inside he goes and passes him into turn 1. Now through turn 2, De Rossa, after his improvement a few laps ago, will be pitting this lap. And so as we look through the order again, there's a few cars still in the pits. Only 7 minutes left to go at this moment in time. And also the announcement, obviously, of course, of the DTM races for the rest of the season on Twitter and also in the Discord chat.
Yep, Burns gone up into 8th place meanwhile, so good job from Evan Byrne there. To get his runner up to the top 8.
So as we look on board with Andrea Federi, who at the moment is up, but he's pitting, so there will be no improvement from him. So he's going to come through, and he is at the moment up very slightly, 4,000 of a second, but it doesn't matter. So as he comes through, and we'll of course go to the pits. Looking at Gal coming across the line, he's not improved. He's down, so he's going to go around for another lap. So he comes through turn 2 onto the back straight. Of course, Gal, who's had definitely a much improved season, probably one of his best seasons, really, considering as he's only just by the barest of margins managed to keep on the grid for this season, but he certainly proved himself, and of course he's got himself the seat for Red Bull next season, and yeah, thoroughly deserved,
Yeah,
really.
it's very early, and you can't put any blame on him for that. He's done well enough to keep the seat to get announced right off the bat, and yeah, he can now just focus on the rest of the season.
Meanwhile, Fosbury coming close to the back of that racing point there. Meanwhile, Chatfield improves up to 20th position there. And so as we look at Gallagher at the moment, looks to be actually on an improvement this lap. So as he heads towards the end of the second sector, and we'll see if he can carry on this improvement. And it comes around and nope, slightly down by 25 thousandths. I think I saw in the meantime, Mackenzie actually improved to 11th position.
So both runners definitely being strong contenders there in the midfield.
Yes, indeed. So if Gallagher comes around, can he eke out an improvement as he comes towards the line? And the answer is no, he can't. So not too far off, but just not quite enough. So now less than 5 minutes left to go in this session, and then of course we'll move on to qualifying. So we now look at Lee Campana coming towards end of the second sector. He's very slightly up, and yes, I mean very slightly, 8,000.
Wait, must have a problem.
To be exact. And oh, okay, well, never mind that.
He's got the problem there. He didn't have the pit call early on. He's going now, but he will come in time, I think.
Yep, so he's in now. So there goes that lap for Campana. Looking at Gal, who's coming through, and can he improve? It's not looking like that at the moment. He's about 10th off, so it's not going to happen for him.
No.
So as he comes through, so now only 4 minutes left, coming towards the end of this session, and Mackenzie actually improves further. Now goes up into 9th place, just behind his teammate. Good lap from him there.
In the middle sector.
Look at Evan Byrne, who does a slight lock up there coming into turn 3, so don't see that lap improving for him.
Martinez improves to stay 21st.
Indeed he does. So as we look at Byrne coming through, and I don't see if he's going to improve in his first header. I don't think he will, but so he comes to the left hand, heading towards timing board. Gal is going to be pitting, so that is probably going to be session over for him. Well, I say it will be session over for him. So as now he comes down the back straight, heading towards turn 3. So now we're looking on board with Andrea Federi in the Alfa Romeo, heading towards turn 3 as well. He's got a car ahead of him, although I don't think it's really affecting him
alongside him as well.
Too much. Oh, hello. Well, that will affect him though. And yeah, the director goes clean around the outside. Good move there by Tomaselli. And I was thinking, they don't really see actually that many moves around the outside of turn 3, so and in practice either. So good move there by Tomaselli.
From his teammate there nicely.
Yeah, all worked out perfectly. Good tactics there. Interesting tactics there from McLaren. So as I said, Gallo in the pits, not an improvement anyway. So his session will be over. And looking at the order once again, at the moment it is Willows that is top by a comfortable margin, although it's fairly close than the rest of the top high in the top 10. Chung second, and Gao just behind him. Carr in 4th, Lopez 5th, Thomas A 6th, Patel at the moment in 7th. Kind of jinxed him when I said he's usually at the top, nearest the top. He's down in 7th, but
well, if you drive for Red Bull, you should be in the top 6 regularly. And Big B7 isn't too bad, as Martinez and Catalan have both improved.
They both improved, so 1 point. Yes, 1 point seconds off there.
I don't think anyone would be too upset at him with P7. So he could have done better.
Yeah. That's that. So as you look at Lopez coming across the line, and he'll have time. Okay, nope. I was about to say he'll have time for one more lap, but nope. His session will be over. He will pit this lap, and so he's coming across the line. Not sure if the AlphaTauri
Sorry, Gomez is coming in.
Yeah, so Graf will have one last lap. Not sure if the Alpha.
Stay in 19th.
Yeah,
Burn, he'll be staying out, I think. And
only
he'll be staying
19th.
out at the moment.
Only 19th there. We're looking at Evan Byrne coming towards the final couple of corners, coming around turn 18, the long right-hander. And so he comes now across the line, and don't think there's going to be improvement here, and no, there isn't.
Another lap. As teammate Jay McKenzie, I think he won't get the pit call, but let's see as he crosses the line. He was not going to improve on this lap. No, but he will come in. Joseph Willows is out on a new run, and he will start a lap in time. Amarka is finishing his lap in the meantime. He can't improve on it. Narrowly, though, I think. As Rosetta Martinez is next to cross the line. He's been improving the past few laps, but he's still in 21st only. Let's see if he can climb up this time. No, he can't. He's actually overtaken by Catalan, as George Roque is finishing his lap. 20 seconds.
He's way off. No improvement there.
Yeah. Pit call for Roque as well, as Chatfield has gone out in time. He will start a lap. De Rosa will be finishing his. And with 10 seconds to go, it looks like he's on an improvement.
Yeah, I think he'll have time for one more lap. And yeah, it goes to 9th. Thomas Lee will get one more lap in, and for Derry, I think gets over the line in time. And
yes, I think he did make it.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, so we'll get one more lap. So Kupok session is over.
Chang is coming in as Graf. You know, Mochin is getting a little bit of dirty air from Graf, so I don't expect him to be improving. But what about Fosbury?
Now Fosbury coming across the line. No improvement for him. And he was way off, so I think he must have made a mistake somewhere. And it was actually being overtaken.
Yeah, he was racing with Patel.
Patel overtaking him there.
He tried to get him back, look. Here.
He had
him initially, but the downforce of the Red Bull just meant Patel took back the place. No, he didn't actually.
No. Fosbury kept it there, but obviously his lap was still affected, and so was Patel's pitting anyway, so his lap didn't. So it didn't matter in that respect for him.
Yeah.
So as it Fosbury over the line.
He fought bravely against Patel, I have to say. I thought Patel was gonna get him. Fosbury did well. Now we're looking at
he did well.
Burns. Sorry, not Burns.
Unfortunately, obviously, it was practice and not. Well, I suppose fortunately for Patel, it was practice and not the race, I guess you could say.
Well, Patel doesn't exactly get much time in an F1 car, you know.
No, that's true. Very true. So now Willow's coming across the line, and we're going to find out and see if he can improve. It doesn't look like he's.
No, it's definitely not an improvement. Look,
no, he's way off. It doesn't improve either.
Catalan
is on improvement, so you could see.
Going for turn 18 now, flat. Floors
to the line.
Catalan 12
does go 12th. Martinez.
He can't improve. What about Roque? He's coming into the pits. Campana hasn't started a lap in time, and he's also holding up Chatfield. Look into turn 17. Chatfield is getting a little bit, but it's gonna matter. His lap is already compromised.
He's way off anyway. So
across the line, and he's down.
De Rosa now across the line. Improvement.
He does.
Stays 9th.
Tomaselli doesn't improve. Federi will be last one left.
And does an improvement.
That's the other session. Practice over.
And that is it for practice. So thank you for watching, everybody. And we will now see you in 2 minutes for qualifying for the Korean Grand Prix. So we will see you there.
Yeah, neat.